Hi, this is hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. For the sake of this video, we'll be discussing the 1951 film "Place in the Sun," starring Elizabeth Taylor, Montgomery Clift, and Shelley Winters in a love triangle. What a lot of people don't know is that this particular movie was based on a novel. Well, it wasn't a novel with the same name that they changed the name of the book for the movie, but it's also based on an actual true story which happened in the Adirondacks. What happened was there was a Montgomery Clift plays the nephew of his factory owner, his company owner, who gets a job in a local factory, I think it was either upstate or in Virginia or something. And what happened was he met a factory worker, a girl, who in the movie was played by Shelley Winters in the film, and they had like a little bit of a romance, a little love affair. But he was interested in her for a little bit, it feels like in the movie all 30 seconds, and ends up getting her pregnant. Meanwhile, he ends up falling in love with this socialite who in the film was played by Elizabeth Taylor, and they had a romance, and they ended up getting engaged. And meanwhile, he had Shelley Winters, or Montgomery Clift had Shelley Winters as his first love interest, and then you had, and almost right away, Montgomery Clift had a love interest for Elizabeth Taylor, infatuation with her, I should say, with Elizabeth Taylor, who was like a model. Well, it was like one of the girls with the modeling for the company. So he had a fascination with her, but he was hanging out and fooling around with Shelley Winters, and he does get her pregnant. And he didn't want to have Shelley, because in the movie Shelley Winters was acting like a real shrew, but in real life, great. Her acting was great, but she was like Allison in the film. She was not that way in real life. Or the real life person that Shelley Winters' character was based on was not a shrewish, clinging, woman. She was like a 17-year-old kid who had a crush on the owner's nephew, or her boss's nephew, and that's what really happened. And what happened was that they go, Montgomery Clift and Shelley Winters, they go up to the lake, and Montgomery Clift kills her. Don't forget this movie came out in 1951, so you don't really see. It wasn't until maybe a couple years later with Hitchcock, when we made Psycho, we actually see the woman being killed by Anthony Hopkins in Psycho. But it was more implied. The murders were more implied in most movies at that time. Especially if a man is killing a woman, it's more implied, or more in the shadows. You don't really see it. But in this case, it was on a lake, and they go out rowing, and they're taking a break, and then all of a sudden, Shelley Winters actually jumps towards, walks towards Montgomery Clift in the boat, and the boat tilted over, and it's implied that it was really an accident, because you didn't really see Montgomery Clift actually physically killing Shelley Winters in the film. It was implied that he did, but he didn't actually see it, because don't forget the times were different then when they made movies. So in 1951, you didn't see, if a man was killing a woman, you didn't see it at that time. You just didn't. That's how it was back then. Sure, if this movie was made today, 2018, you would physically see it in the film, but not then. So of course, you do see Montgomery Clift getting out of the water, and heading back to where Elizabeth Taylor was, because her whole family was then, was like not too far, was nearby, and so he runs back to her, and of course they announced they're going to get engaged and stuff. Then you hear little tidbits that hey, there was somebody was found drowned in the lake, and it looks like she capsized in the boat head or something, and she got bruised. But the prosecutor was played. I should mention that the prosecutor was played by Raymond Burr. Before he played, years before he played Perry Mason. So you have Raymond Burr playing the DA, and they found out that this girl was not. They figured out that the girl was actually. They figured out that she was killed. And not only that, but found out that Montgomery Clift rented the boat out. But he used a different name. But he tracked this guy down and said, "Oh, this is the guy." They found a picture of him and Montgomery Clift and Elizabeth Taylor on a speedboat, staying on the lake. So they said, "Oh, is this the guy?" But says to the boat owner, says, "Yeah, that's the guy who rented my boat." But that's not his name. He used a different name. So they tracked Montgomery Clift down and they arrested him for the murder of Shelley Winters. And of course, what happens is, of course, he goes to trial. He was found guilty. And of course, in those days, they had the electric chair, and he was sent to the electric chair, and he was killed in the electric chair. So it really was a sad situation. Really a sad situation all the way around for everybody involved. And Elizabeth Taylor says, or her character said, "I'll always love you for the rest of my life," and yada yada yada. And the movie ends with him walking to the death chamber or to the electric chair at the end of the film. Montgomery Clift, anyway, and that's pretty much the movie. I mean, it was kind of like it was really, even though it was it's just over 2 hours, like 2 hours and 3 minute film, but it's very very slow paced film. It was directed by George Stevens, who 5 years later directed Elizabeth Taylor and Giant. It was over a 3 hour film, and that was extremely slow paced and extremely boring. And this movie was also that way, extremely slow and extremely boring and stuff. But like I said, it's an A-list cast in that film, and it is enjoyable to see Elizabeth Taylor, which was smoking hot. I mean, I think she was maybe 20 years old, maybe. I think she was about 19 or 20 when she did this movie. And so she was one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood until about, actually, of course, the 1970s or the 1980s, where she wasn't that way anymore. But throughout the 50s, she was one of the hottest women in Hollywood at the time in terms of beauty. And, of course, to see her in this movie, of course, Shelley Winters is almost the exact opposite. I mean, she wasn't bad looking. Shelley Winters was not bad looking in this film, but compared to Elizabeth Taylor, it was like night and day, really. And of course, you do see Elizabeth Taylor in a one-piece swimsuit because the girls didn't wear bikinis that often in that time, and I think bikinis anything even came out then. But I think they did, but. Not very often you see famous actresses wearing bikinis in movies. But it would have been great to see Elizabeth Taylor in a bikini in this movie. That's because of the swimsuit scenes. But it's a movie that people should check out because it is a good movie, even though it may be very slow paced. And I felt that way. It was very slow paced, and he felt that the trial part was just too quick. I'd like to see the whole movie come to trial and be movies in flashbacks. I think it would look better. But the pacing was too slow and too rushed to get through the trial and everything, and the investigation of the murder of the Shelley Winters character. But that's my review for. I know I'm going to kind of short, but I felt that the movie was too slow paced. But it is worthwhile watching. So that's my review for Place in the Sun. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it, please subscribe to my channel, please forward this video to your Facebook pages, and check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com, so WDY, C.com, homepage and reviewer Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.